So, hi Lee.
Hello.
How are you today?
Yeah, all right. A little bit anxious and feeling overwhelmed.
All right, I got that. All right, fine. So, as with all sessions, I always say, start off with just letting yourself be however you are. Don't have to try and fix or change yourself. Also, let yourself be aware that your past experiences of having treatments, we've been very quickly able to change your mood, alter your mindset, allow you to let go of the day, and then recreate how you want to feel. So however you feel right now is just how you feel. Okay? Great, excellent. So what did you want to work on particularly? Was there a particular theme or context that you came in mind to work on?
Yeah, I've got a physical theme.
Okay.
And a emotional contextual theme.
Okay.
So the physical theme was, I guess, the first one that kind of prompted me.
Right.
Is my knee.
Okay.
So I've obviously had an old injury that you know about, and the kind of arthritis, and it's kind of felt like it's been okay, but then I haven't been doing much sport, and then I went out and did one of those things where you run around London, like chased by zombies and things like that. And there wasn't that much running, but then afterwards it just wasn't feeling right, and it's been feeling, like just icky, I just want to say, because it's an ongoing injury.
And is it located in a particular area of your knee?
It feels like it's behind my kneecap.
Okay.
But then I know that that's where the arthritis is from the old injury.
Right.
So I know that I'm emotionally might be putting it there, but that's
just what you're feeling as a symptom. Okay.
Yeah.
Got that.
And then the other, I guess, the conceptual emotional stuff that I want to look at is kind of around work and feeling like I'm at the stage where I want to progress and grow, that it's on an exciting new stage, but also that kind of fear and anxiety of how do I go about it, and kind of maybe having two options in terms of do I be patient and let what's naturally going to come about take its course, or do I be more proactive in it and in terms of kind of bringing in people to support me, or do I kind of wait until I'm in a more secure place to be able to kind of look to grow and build. And I guess within that as well, there's also elements of like two areas of that work that I'm kind of like seeing both sides of it, and kind of it's looking for some clarity in which direction I should be focusing in more.
Okay, so given that you've had a fair number of treatments with me already, can you hear what you already know about the knee and in this conversation? The obstacles and opportunities. Yes, very good.
Kind of recognising some of the emotions I went through when I originally did the injury, which was post-university, and it was that, oh my God, there's so much opportunity.
Yes.
But also but which one do I go for, and which is the right option?
Very good.
So I can definitely feel a similar sort of anxiety.
Yeah, okay, great. It's good to be able to distinguish that separate from the actual circumstances of what's going on, there's like a context of how do you respond when opportunities are big and varied, and equally where it seems like to pick the wrong one would be quite consequential, like would have some kind of detrimental impact.
Yeah.
One of the things I would recommend, it'll probably come up in the session anyway, but one of the things I'd recommend, and in fact I was talking to Gemma about this earlier on today, is about letting go of the path that you choose governing the result that you produce, because there are infinite pathways to get from any 2 points. And then just starting to shift your focus to what is the point that you want to get to at the end, and not necessarily like a tangible physical location or answer, but more how will you know in a year's time that it's been a fulfilling year in terms of how you feel in yourself, in terms of the kind of impact you've had on your environment, in terms of tangible progress that you might want to make in certain areas of your life. So that might be financial, it might be in terms of having your reputation be out there, having been recognized by your peers. How would you measure that if it could show up through lots of different avenues that might be quite varied to each other?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So then you start to take away the need to find the right path, and you start to project much more on there is a future out there that would, without question, answer the question, have I made progress? Am I fulfilled?
Yeah.
Have I grown?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. And it feels like I can kind of see those future things, but I've definitely been worried about the path, and also maybe thinking the path will just go to one of them. And actually, until you've said that just now, I think I haven't been experienced as experiencing it as I can have them all. I've been experiencing it as I have to choose one,
Yeah.
or I have to choose one first and then the others will follow, rather than they could come at
Or I'll
the same
have
time.
one and then I'll work towards another, then I'll work towards another. And
seeing it
another,
as it's got to be a process. Yeah.
Exactly. And a lot of people do that rather than thinking like, the mindset of I can have it all. So, like it personally and professionally, individually and collectively, there can be expansion, there can be growth, there can be fulfillment. It often seems like because we can't see how that can happen, like a straight line, linear pathway, that then we assume that it can't happen. And then we feel like life is a barrier to other parts of life being progressive. So if I go that way, I can't go that way, rather than thinking, well, the universe actually is varied enough and rich enough to provide opportunities that can actually encompass all of the areas that you want being fulfilled.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. So it sounds like we've got a central theme. We'll see how it kind of plays out as I start to work on different parts of you.
Cool. Great. Sounds good.
Excellent. Deep breath in, and as you breathe out, you sort of just fall back into the warmth and the water, and yet before you can be somewhere else, before you can move than anything you could possibly be. How many pathways lead from this space, this crossroads, horses around you, and the potential within you is in fact abundance, but just to see what comes into it, and wider field, with a potential that you could uniquely fulfill.
So it's the evening after my treatment with Ben, and I just wanted to share, I guess, what's shown up, what has come up since it. So I think I mentioned at the beginning of the video, before the treatment, that I was kind of having this uncertainty about work and kind of two elements of it, which were basically kind of one element was doing work for other people and supporting them in achieving kind of their goals and their ambitions and their projects. And the other side of it, which was the bit I was kind of unsure about, was pursuing my goals and my visions a little bit more. I guess it was normally up until now I've kind of been the producer supporting other people, but also I want to be able to be the director as well in some senses. And since yesterday, so one of the ways that I wanted to do that was to go into or kind of look to do speaking and do events and kind of very much sharing what I've learned and kind of my insight, as opposed to just supporting other people in finding their insight. And since yesterday, I have put a couple of posts out, a couple of questions out asking for feedback on Facebook in terms of how people see me, what they see me to be, and how I can help them. But also, kind of, I guess maybe the bigger one was sharing that actually, although I've been kind of resisting it and denying it and being scared to say it out loud, that I essentially want to do public speaking in some sort of capacity, and not necessarily in the traditional sense, but kind of in a more interactive way and less about, and I guess my resistance has been, I want to public speaking that, you get all excited and inspired for half a day and then you go back to normal. I want to kind of really make a lasting difference, and that's something that I'm committed to, and maybe why I've been resisting it in the past, because of this perception that sometimes it isn't that. And I guess, so maybe I want to break the mold a little bit more and offer something more meaningful. Since the treatment, I knew it, but I wasn't accepting it and I wasn't admitting it, and I certainly wasn't saying it out loud. And now here I am on this video saying it out loud, put stuff out on Facebook, which I often use as just to kind of put it in action, put it in words, and then kind of using my friends and family and my Facebook kind of people I'm friends with as to hold me to account. I've said it out loud, now it's got to start happening. And also being open to what they come back to me with and how they see me to be, which came up in the session of, I think I've always been struggling to define who I am and what I am to then go and tell other people, rather than going, what is it you see me to be and what can I contribute to you, and you tell me that, rather than always having to be the other way around. That's kind of what I got from the session, and the confidence to say, no, I want to do speaking, and I want to be able to share my message, as well as up until now I've always been focused on helping other people to share their message. And I'm not saying that's going to change, I'm still going to do that, but I'm not going to use it as an excuse anymore for not doing my own thing. So keep your eyes out for more stuff, hopefully coming from me. I don't know quite what, but we'll see, and that's the fun, and being at ease with not knowing the answer, and allowing you guys out there to tell me what you want, what the answer is. So yeah, thank you very much to Ben, of course. Yeah, his treatments have always given me so much that I can't always explain, and all we can do is really look at the results that show up around it. And yeah, from yesterday, I've definitely kind of suddenly gone, yeah, I was kind of coming up, I'd kind of start to slow down. I normally have quite a lot of momentum, but I start to slow down, and this has suddenly gone like, boom, right, pick it back up again, we're off. So an exciting few months to come. So hope that's been helpful. Yeah, see you later.